my time, sorry, I'm losing my voice. I spend a lot of my time feeling guilty when I'm at work about my kids. And then when I'm with my kids, I spend my time feeling guilty about the work that I'm not doing because I'm
Interesting.
with my kids. And I think probably a lot of people feel like that, but
what
do you think?
And here's the solution.
Oh, really? Oh my God.
Me as a father, I know all about mothering. I have 3 kids. Okay? Here's where I talk about following your heart. Okay? And following your instincts. Does actually feeling guilty feel good? So therefore, my interpretation of that is saying, well, if it feels good, that's your heart and your soul telling you you're interpreting it incorrectly. Does that make sense to you? And to change, and so therefore, that feeling of guilt actually is a call for you to actually change your interpretation of the event. You've got a choice. You can either change the events and circumstances around you, or you can change the interpretation. One's a lot easier than the other. And then to understand that that's actually a choice. Okay? So my suggestion in that particular scenario is to actually interpret it in a way that makes you feel good. To ask yourself, because when we're feeling bad, we're often asking ourselves, what's bad about this situation? Oh, this makes me feel guilty. What makes me feel great about this situation too? Balance it up. Because then you'll see, and if you're finding it hard, well, what makes me feel great about it? Or what could make me feel great about it? Okay?
Yeah, that's good actually. I think that's a good point.
Yeah.
Because I think I think most mums probably do dwell on that negative side, and we should probably think about the positives that come out.
Yeah. Oh, because we're all to understand that these are perfectly understandable human things to do.
Well, I run a business, and I have children, 2 children under 4, and it's just really, it's quite, like what you said before really resonated with me about how I think it suddenly all just comes down on you at that point where you've suddenly got children and then your career's blossoming and you're thinking, oh my gosh, how do I do everything?
Yes.
And you have that guilt factor, just to make it all a little bit worse. So I guess that's why I came. But yes, there's no.
So do you have anything to add to that?
I think I'm a teacher, and I'm a bit luckier, I guess, that I'm not in the business world, private sector, that I do get things like school holidays, and it is a little bit more flexible in that regard. That with my daughter, I can go there for the pickup because we actually are lucky enough to finish at 2:30, and her pickup's 3 o'clock, and things like that. But I always look at the other side of it. I guess I'm being amazed for a long time. I'm always looking at, isn't it good that she's seeing a strong role model, that she's seeing me multitask. I'm doing my masters and I'm deputy principal, and and we're it's
seriously, that's fantastic. That's fantastic.
And the clientele that I teach, and I guess Leah and I made a comment that you guys are in the private sector, but we're in the public education sector, and we are in the front line. We're not in the leafy green suburbs. We're in Ipswich, where there is massive issues that, we're buying kids their school books, we're, changing dirty pants because they're not trained in prep. We're getting that day in, day out sort of stuff that the media doesn't, tell how much, my tax goes to feeding kids because they don't get their lunch. So it's juggling that good that, okay, I can look after those kids, and I know that I'm doing the right thing. My child's seeing that side of me, that I can nurture her, and seeing her, I guess, seeing that, she's got choices, I guess, and that she's seeing mum, okay, sometimes she has to be getting a little laptop as she's cooking dinner and making the school lunch. It's a factor.
And it's the thing, because I think what you're both doing is one of the great gifts you're teaching your children is resilience. The role of the parent, and this is a thing that has caused debate when I've spoken to groups of mothers, but I think mothers should stop putting their family first. Because family members, and this is the same thing, you shouldn't put your partner first or whatever. You've got to put you first. Because people aren't getting prescribed antidepressants because someone else is feeling bad. Because they're feeling bad about them. They're not having time for them. The government take our tax from you straight away. Because they know that if we wait, oh look, if there's any left over, then pay us the tax, they know they won't get it. So the same thing is if you wait and devote the time to your partner, to your friends, to everything, everybody else, and if there's any time left over, there's not time left over. Okay? There's a World Health Organisation study that showed that Australian parents are the most stressed out in the world, and Australian children are the least resilient. The role of a parent is actually about training your children to live without you. And what better ways of doing that than actually showing them that? So I commend you for doing